Alright, I was rewatching Ocean's 11, Pacific Ocean 311 again, and noticed something extra in there. Right at the beginning of the movie, when he comes out of jail, right at the beginning, as he walks through the casino, boom, the missile, boom machines. Yeah, that's new, haven't spotted that before. And of course it's full of blackout, lockdown, EMP blackout in two of the movies. Of course it won't be an EMP, it will just be the Zionists switching off the power in the power stations and saying, oh, it's an attack by China, North Korea, hackers, who cares, it doesn't matter. Anyway, Hidden Figures. Now that NASA movie, Hidden Figures, I watched that as well. In terms of figures, this is the very first thing in the movie, and she comes to this conclusion, 3/11/2020, right there. Boom. Right, now, a little update on the 12 Angry Men. You know, the ones who were too full of pride to swallow their pride and just admit to themselves and to others that Corona is complete bollocks. It's a complete hoax, false flag, fake news, Zionist, Masonic media at it again as usual. I met some of them, some of the ones that didn't make it out last week. I met them a couple of days ago, and sure enough, the 7 that are in full willful denial of it, they still are. And the ones that were awake to it a few months ago, that those 5 of the 12, they're still awake to it, but the other ones just steadfastly refuse to wake up. There was something else I wanted to say. Yeah. During this period, the whole period, I'm talking about from January the 22nd, 2020, the launch of the Corona false flag, till now, so 5, almost 6 months. Of all the people I've met in real life, like these guys, they fall into pretty much 2 categories. You've got the independent business owners, and then you've got the office slaves. And the difference is very clear between the two. Now, I met during this period people I know, like 2 pub owners, independent pub owners, spoke to them. 1 car garage owner, spoke to him. 2 Chinese independent restaurant owners. And all these independent owners of small businesses were awake to it straight away, months ago. I didn't have to say anything to them. They just said to me, oh, it's bullshit. Yeah, that's all they said. They just said it's bullshit. Every single one of them said the same thing. It's bullshit. I don't believe it. It's bullshit. Because they are independent thinkers, people who are capable of setting up their own little business and going independent and thinking independently. Now, the other group of people that I've met and talked to, and of course I tell the truth to everyone regardless, and I don't care, you know, all I care about is the truth and reality. So I put the truth on them as well. And a lot of the office slaves in the office cubicles, they're just brainwashed. They're believing it to a lesser or greater extent, and they remain that way because they're not independent thinkers like the independent business owners. The difference is very clear between the two. Now, there are exceptions to that rule. There are office slaves that I've met that do understand it's an operation and have done it all the way through. So there are always exceptions, and there are people who are capable of waking up to it. Yeah, there are. Is there another group? Not really. That's about it. Obviously, if you're living in England, you're going to be under the worst amount of brainwashing by the Zionist Masonic media. I mean, the protests over the weekend in Trafalgar Square really kicked off. Was it Michael Gove and all the other members of the Masonic Zionist Parliament? They're all having a hissy fit right now, issuing threats, £10,000 fines. I heard that one guy actually got given a £10,000 fine already for having 30 people to a party and not 20. Threatening pubs with closure. Well, of course they've been closing pubs left, right and centre because it's all Talmudic divide and conquer and control. That's what it is. You know, fines from £1,000 to £10,000 for people who don't obey, comply, obey, comply, obey, comply. You get what I'm saying, right? They're bringing the hammer down, and the goyim have to obey. And if they don't, they start crying and go and making non-stop proclamations and issuing threats on the UK TV, which is really Tel Aviv TV. And they've issued apparently 19,000 fines. And that's just in one country. And then, of course, you've got the knock-on effect, like I said before, repo men. The knock-on effect of the whole shutting down the world's economy based on a complete lie. I mean, just imagine, right? You've lost your job, and then you actually wake up to the fact that it's based on a complete, total Zionist media lie, and you've lost your job over it, and you can't pay your mortgage now, or you can't pay your rent. Your house is going to get repossessed over a lie, a broadcast piece of ether, and nothing more. Yeah. And then you're going to have, you know, November 3rd and 4th, I guess. That's my best guess. Seattle false flag, West Coast false flag. It doesn't matter which part of the West Coast. It can be Seattle or anywhere on the West Coast. It doesn't matter. It's all stepping stones, like I always say. Huh? Boom. Fake radiological boom. Again, more fakery than a blackout, which will be actually more physical than the boom, because the boom is based on you know, radiological fakery, whereas the actual blackout will be physical, and it will be a nightmare before Christmas.